Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ishvaro Gururagmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Degaya Shri Dakshinamurti Mide Yannityamanandamanantamurtim Shiveti Namna Shrutayo Grananti Tasyavadaro Nararupadhari Kripa Sudibdha Bhubirama Krishnam Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Udirayet Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmani Pranatakleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namaskaram to everybody. Today we are going to see one of the important topic in Bhagavad Gita, which we almost call as Sutravakyam, that is the aphorism of or the entire gist of Bhagavad Gita. In simple, if somebody asks what is the definition for Atma, this sloka, particularly from the sloka number 20 to 25, can be described as the definition Atma Nama Kaha, means then immediately you can say this is the definition. Najayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita va nabhuyaha ajo nitya shashvato yam purano nahanyatu hanyamani sharire, which we have seen in the 20th verse. That is, Atma is na utpadhyante, it is not born or it is not decaying, and it is not in the presence or past or in the future, but whereas this is unborn, always with us, shashvataha, the eternal eternity, and though it is old but always flourishing with the new ideas, and it cannot be killed, neither it cannot be killed. The killer will not be there. And we have explained this in the sense of moon, because in the sense of moon is actually permanent, it never get decay, but we perceived as though it is getting decay day by day, and one day we see full moon and one day we see moonless day, and in between we say Pratama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, all those things. Today is Pratama, today is Tritiya, that moon is getting growing or decaying like that. But actually speaking, it is not anything happening. It is as it is. But in our perception, it makes this illusion. And similarly, this can be an ideal example for our Atma Tattvam, the soul, Atma, which is never getting decay or never ever born. But whereas the Shariram, the body, is getting growing and slowly getting decaying. And we, because of our Ahankara means, we should not misunderstand. Ahankara means it is not only ego, it is the attachment of the body-mind complex. We are not able to identify the real true soul, the so-called Atma, whereas in the place of Atma, we are perceiving the Anatma called body and mind complex. In simple, for English people it will be very easy. Instead of keeping the Atma as the first person singular, we keep it always the Atma as the third person singular, and in the first person singular, we always try to keep focus on our body-mind complex. This is the subject matter. Now, further delaying, we'll enter to the next definition, how this Atma is described by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. which is in the 22nd sloka. We have seen this also in the last class. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani ghrannani naroparani tata sharirani vihaya jirnan anyani sanyani navani dehe. Whenever any unique idea is evolving, Sri Krishna, we want to lengthen the meter of that sloka so that Arjuna will be focused with his full concentration. Similarly here, Krishna want to emphasize that just like our day-to-day activities, he has taken into an example and he is put forthing in such a way that yatha nara jirnani vastrani, I am just giving the anvaya of this sloka. Yatha naraha jirnani vastra vasamsi vihaya aparani navani ghrannati tatha dehi jirnani sharirani vihaya anyani navani sanyanti. So, like in the world, we reject the old cloth and take the new cloth and wear it. Similarly, the shariram is compared here as like a cloth, and the dress or the garment what we are wearing, that is like our body. In the first phase, I am just pinpointing here. Here the example is there. In the first phase, cloth is impermanent, body is permanent. So we are removing the cloth and we are wearing the new cloth and we are continuing as it is. So the body is becoming the permanent entity and the cloth become the impermanent. Whereas in the second phase, slowly, gradually, Krishna is elevating our conscious to such a higher level. Our shariram is impermanent and the Atma is permanent entity. And shariram, when it becomes old, it is getting decay and we call it as death. And this Atma is taking a new shariram, body again as child and man, and it continues its journey. So this is actually for the benefit of Shankara Bhashyam also, because some people ask me, Swamiji, you put Shankara Bhashyam and you are not mentioning, because in this place, no, it is what to mentioning about Shankara, Adi Shankaracharya in his Bhashyam, beautifully he says, Kasmat avikriyavat eta eva iti. How come this body, Atma, is getting changeless? And he has beautifully explained that this is how the entire concept of from the Laukika Satta, Krishna has taken to the Paramarthika Satta. From the material world, which we are experiencing in our day-to-day activity, Krishna is slowly, you can see in the day-to-day activity what you are doing. The same is applicable in our higher sense of perception also. And there, instead of dress, we are removing, the Atma is removing, casting out the body and taking the new born, means body again. And this is the beautifully way of interpretation by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And the same concept which comes again in Srimad Bhagavatam also. So many people, they ask me, Swamiji, is it only in Bhagavad Gita? No, it is in Bhagavatam also. The same concept was existing. So how come this body is changeless? If somebody asks, then Krishna has given all the 5 bhutas, elements, through which also this Atma cannot be perished, because it's imperishable. And that was explained further in this 23rd sloka, Nainam, which we are going to see today. Nainam chidyanti shastrani, Nainam dhagati pavakaha, Nachainam kledayantyapo, Nasho chayati marutaha. nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dhagati pavakaha, nachainam kledayantya apaha, na shochayati marutaha. So here all the five elements, as the Veda says, the Atma has started, and when you want to enter to the world, as the Taittiriya Upanishad of Krishna Yajurveda says, etasmād atmanas sambhūtah akāshād vāyuhu vāyoragnihi agnir āpah apsa prativi prativyam oshadayah oshadibhyonnam annāt purushah savayesha purushonnara samayah. Like that it goes. So in the Krishna Yajurveda of Taittiriya Brahmanam, there the Atma, how it entered inside the human body, is beautifully explained. And there the Atma first means the Paramatma, which is unborn, unseen, and it cannot be touched, smelled, or it cannot be seen. Such a Atma as first he has mixed with the Panchabhutas. The Vedanta Sara of Sadananda Yogindra or any Vedanta scriptures like Tattva Bodham, Atma Bodham, or Viveka Chudamani for that matter. If you've seen or if you come across these books, you can able to see the Panchabhutas, Panchabhautika Rupam, that is Akashaha. Akasha means the space. Vayuhu means the air principle. Akashat Vayu, Vayur Agnihi. Agni means fire principle. Then from there Apaha. Apa means water. Then from there, from the Apa, Prithvi. Prithvi means it is the earth. So here, instead of 5 principle, Krishna has taken 4 because of the meter. He has already lengthened from Gayat, means Anushtup, he has extended to Trishtup. So he has taken only 4 principle. It means the 5th one is granted for taking. So here, the meaning of this sloka, it goes like this. As after rejecting, weapon do not cut it. This Atma cannot be cut off, and it cannot burn, fire principle, and it cannot be washed away, or it cannot be moistured, or it cannot be dried up through wind. So now Swamiji, how to understand this? Because you are telling that it cannot be cut by any weapon. But when I am doing vegetable cutting, if I cut my hand, it means my Atma is cut off. No, only the body has cut. It got some wound. And somebody said, Swamiji, when I am touching the fire, I am feeling, yes, you should feel, because you have that consciousness. But which is burned? The burn is the part of your body, not the Atma. Similarly, we take plenty of water. Doctor also prescribing nowadays to take water plenty, so that no kidney disease or any other disease can be done, means will not come. But this water, whatever we are taking, that is just for our body, not for our Atma. And according to Vedanta, it is not one prana, 10 pranas are there. Prana, apana, vyana, udhana, samanaha, naga, krikala, kurma, dhananjaya, devadatta. So in Vedanta Sara, it is 5 plus 1, 5 plus 5. According to Tattva Bodha and the Atma Bodha or Viveka Chudamani, it is only 5. So whatever it may be, Swamiji, 1 air we know, that is sufficient. Okay, sufficient. Only it is Nama Rupa. But here, a big a synthesis is made in this sloka. This Atma cannot be affected by any of these elements: weapon, fire, water, or the wind, marut. Then by which it can be, it means it possible for getting affected by any other thing. So to say, it cannot be affected by anything. So Lord Krishna has taken only the predominant things, and he just want to give the sample that Atma is never ever affected by anything, and that is the key point. So even from the materialistic world, whatever we know, from there he is giving. As Sri Ramakrishna also says, this, when he was explaining to the Vachanamritam, means in the talks between the devotees, he says, this Atma, Satchit Ananda, is always ever tainted by anything. Because many people will think that I am a sinner in either religious, the so-called Semitic religious. They say that you are all sinners. By birth you have this sin, so it cannot be done anything. Then why we want to go to the church or mosque? When we go also, they give some certain religious ceremonies like baptism and other things. But after doing those things also, you will be considered as the sinners. But whereas the Vedanta says, no, you are no more a sinner, but whereas you are the immortal being of this world. And that's why Shveta Upanishad beautifully proclaimed this subject as Shrinvantu Vishve Amritasya Putraha Aye Dhamani Dibhyani Chakshuhu Vedhagamedam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasapparasar. You are beyond the solar and lunar, and you are ever-pervading, ever-existing, always remaining Satchit Swarupa, and you are the immortal being. Because if you have forgotten this, then the Veda says, yes, you may forget, but in your inner soul is always illuminating like anything. And that is beautifully Krishna has taken in another angle, that it cannot be cut, or it cannot be fired, or it cannot be dried, or it cannot be moistured. Because here the weapon which cut, it's only the body, because the soul is invisible. It cannot be seen. Swamiji, it really happened. When I was taking these classes, when in Vivekananda, 2-3 good students, they approached me, Swamiji, I want to learn further on any Upanishads or Gita. So I was also so much into. So I started taking classes for them in Vedanta. And one boy told, Swamiji, yesterday night around 11 o'clock, I got the Atma Darshanam. 11 o'clock at night, I got the Atma Darshanam. Immediately I told, if you got the Atma Darshanam, it means once you are dead, or you have not seen, which you are already really read, because Atma never ever gives darshan. Swamiji, now you are putting a big bomb blast. Because we say some devotees got some Krishna darshanam, Shiva darshanam, or Vaikuntapati Balaji darshanam, or Ganapati darshanam, Vinayak means Subramanya Swami darshanam, or Ayyappa darshanam. Yes, these gods are according to Vedanta, because we have to make it very, very clear. When you come to higher sense of truth, it may be little bitter. Yes, of course I accept, because we also come across those stages. We have to accept the reality. When you get some darshan, it means that darshan belongs to the Ishvara. But when we talk about Atma, Atma never ever gives any darshana, because it is your own self. It is your own intrinsic nature. It is your own real Swarupa. How can you able to see your own see? As I said in the last class, hope you remember, when your photograph is taken, you can able to see everybody except the photographer. But without the photographer, photo cannot be taken. Similarly, this Atma can be experienced, which you are experiencing already. But in the true nature, we are not able to understand because it was covered by this body and mind. Because the mind is, after all, the diluting person. And that's why even at the Viveka Chudamani, which Lord Bhagavan Shankaracharya has beautifully composed, and in that sloka he has said, Manayeva Manushyanam Karanam Bandhamokshayoho. Mind is the reason because of which the bondage and the liberations are taking place. And that's why even at the Kenopanishad, when the disciple asked that can I able to experience this Atma through my mind, then the Guru said, no. If you want to experience the Atma, the soul, through your mind, it cannot be. But whereas mind is the only way, toll gate, that you can be experiencing. I quote, mind is the obstacle to understand the Atma, but whereas you are already experiencing through the toll gate called mind. Yen manasa manute yenahur manomadam yasyamadam tasyamadam madam yasyana vedasaha. The sloka goes like that. So here also one has to be understand properly. Swamiji, whether it can be understood by the mind or not, if you ask, there comes the Shastram. Shastra says, if you are an ignorant, through your mind it cannot be experienced. But whereas, if you are able to understand that you are already experiencing, it means through your mind only you are able to experience the experience called Atma. Swamiji, you are putting a lot of puzzles. Yes, because the sloka is like that. So, how to experience this? Because we are already experiencing, and that's why I have given another example. When your old grandma was searching for something, and the grandma's grandchild asked, "Oh, my grandma, what are you searching for?" Then the grandma told, "I am searching my spectacle." Then immediately the child told, "Oh, my grandma, you are wearing it and you are searching it." And it happens for us also many times, because I am also wearing specs. So, many people know, wearing the specs we will be searching. Arey, where it is, where it is. Same thing happened. When we are experiencing, we are not able to see the experiencer. Because when you see the experiencer, it means the Dvaita Bhava comes. It comes in your duality. Where the duality is there, you cannot able to experience the Atma. Why? Because the Shastra says, not only Shastra, that is how the philosophy has laid the foundation. And in Chandogya Upanishad also says, Ekameva advitiyaha deghananasti kinchana. Deghananasti kinchana. It cannot be experienced with the other elements. And when we say that it can be cut off with a weapon or fire or water or any other thing. What to talk of any other thing? It cannot be affected by anything, because even from your own body we cannot be, because it is already there. In Tamil we saw, when somebody asked me, he was asking, "Swamiji, you just tell me what is your Atma. You are telling so many things. You please tell me in one word, what is this Atma?" Then I told in Tamil, I don't know. Somebody should be translated this in Malayalam. Then I will be very happy. Ningaludiya sonda sottaanum idu. Is that correct? Then I told, it is your sonda sottu. It is your own property. How to say in Tamil means Malayalam, I don't know. Sonda sottu, can you able to understand in Malayalam?
Yes, same words.
Oh, same word only. Okay. So I can say the same thing. Ningaludiya sonda sottano idu. Whichever, Swamiji, I have many sottu, like bangle, necklace, money, property, all those things. That may come and that may go. Because why it said may, some people proclaim it, some people declare it, and some people keep it in the bank, some people keep it in the locker. But this one, it cannot be kept in locker or it cannot be kept in any bank, because it is your own very true self. I'll give you one small example from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, then you can able to understand, because the more if I say in Vedanta, no, your mind will get drilling. So I can say in small story format, in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, of the Shatapatha Brahmana, there the Muni Kandam is there, where Yajnavalkya Maharishi, who everybody knows, who is the great hero in the Yajurveda, this Yajnavalkya Maharishi, once he was keeping mum. He don't want to open his mouth. But whereas Janaka Maharaja, it is not Janaka of Sita's father, it may be, because Janaka is actually the post. Real name of Janaka means the Sita's father is Kshiradvaja and Kushadvaja. Kushadvaja is the Sita's father, and Kshiradvaja is his brother. So, but those who are sitting in that post, they are called as Janaka. Like in India, whoever sitting in the post of Prime Minister, we call them as Prime Minister. It may be varied from the person to person. Last time I don't know who was there. Then this time Narendra Modi was there. Then next somebody will come. And whoever sitting in that post, we call them as Prime Minister. Similarly, whoever sitting as the king of Janakapuri, they are called as Janaka. So, it may be that Sita's father or some perhaps maybe the same Janaka. That is not a subject matter. So once Janaka approached Yajnavalkya, but Yajnavalkya was keeping quiet. He don't want to open his mouth. Then Janaka told, he knows how to tempt this rishi, because Yajnavalkya had two wives. Swamiji, what is this? No, see, when I am telling from the Vedas, I have to quote it correctly. In off-quoted all, I don't like. So I have to tell the truth that Yajnavalkya had two wives. So Janaka told, if I anything ask, for each and every question, if you answer Yajnavalkya Maharishi, then I will give 1,000 cows with golden horns. In the cow, two horns are there, kombu undu. ஒவ்வொரு மீன்ஸ் கவுக்கும் மேலே கொம்பு உண்டு. ಈ கொம்புக்கெல்லாம் சொர்ணத்தை மீன்ஸ் தங்கத்தில் இட்டு தரும்னு பறஞ்சு. So immediately Yajnavalkya got tempted. Yes, it is very good idea, good deal also. Okay, I will ask, you ask any question, I will try to explain it. Then listen carefully, because I will ask question, then you have to say the answer. So immediately Janaka asked, generally in the world, when I am able to see other person, when I am talking with somebody, when I am getting the answer from somebody, which is the evidence for that? So I hope you all understood the question, because the question repeatedly it comes. Okay, by which means people in the world getting interaction, and they are talking, and they are exchanging their means what they say means feelings all. So this was the question. Then immediately Yajnavalkya told, Janaka, keep the 1,000 cows, I am ready to answer. Then he told, by sun, S-U-N, not S-O-N, by sun, by Surya it is doing. Then he told, Janaka asked another question. Okay, if the sun is set Astamiti Yajnavalkya kim jyoti revayam purusha iti palyayate karma kurute vipalyeti thi. He asked, if the sun is set, then how it can be experienced? Then immediately Yajnavalkya told Janaka, keep another 1,000 cows ready. I am ready to answer. He told, that is by moon. Because after the sun is not there, moon will come. Then, because those times there is no any electricity. Okay. So immediately Janaka told, okay, I am ready to give the 1,000 cows with golden horns. Then he asked, okay, that day sun has set and moon is not there because it was on Amavasya. Then how can it be possible? Astamiti Suryo Chandramasa Kim Jyoti Revayam Purushagiti Palyayate Karma Kurute Vipalyeti. Just imagine, sun is set. That day it was Amavasya and nothing is there. It was pitch dark. So through which people can able to see, talk, and it can be, means they can share. Then immediately Yajnavalkya Maharishi told, hey, Janaka, keep the 10,000, means 1,000 cows ready. I am ready to answer. He told, Nakshatram, through Nakshatra. Stars is visible because through stars we can able to see. Then immediately Janaka asked, okay, that day it was rainy day. So no stars were there visible. Sun is not there, moon is not there because of Amavasya, and stars are not there. How can it be? Then Yajnavalkya told, yes, Janaka, keep another 1,000 cows ready. I am ready to answer by fire. Because those days, even in the kingdom, no, when it was dark, they can keep little firewood. Means in Tamil they call it kollikata. Means one wood stick will be there. Above little fire they will keep with tied with some cloth. They put a little oil and other things and they burn it. So through which fire can be, because when fire is there, people can able to see one another. Then immediately Janaka asked, now you see the question. Yajnavalkya don't want to answer, but now slowly Yajnavalkya got tempted. And Janaka asked, okay, my dear Guru, that day sun has set, moon is Amavasya, nakshatras were not there, firewood was there, even the firewood was put off. Definitely, if you keep some wood fire, it will be after some 1 hour, 2 hours, it will be settled. It may subside. Then through which it can be done. There the question was little crucial. Can anybody know this answer? Sun was not there. Moon is on Amavasya. It was cloudy, so no nakshatras were there. And fire is slowly burnt out. Then what is, through which people can able to understand who is there? When I am asking you, through which, any idea?
Through their mind, their intelligence.
Now you are talking through walk. Intelligence, of course, I will give you, that is the next. Amma has given over. I don't know who has answered, but they have given the extra mark. I will give you extra mark because you have answered for the next question. Here, walk is there. For example, just imagine, it was on the dark night, and that day in our city, no current electricity supply was not there. And we kept one small lamp, and that lamp also slowly burnt out, and it was full dark. And I came to your house, and I am knocking. What will be the answer?
Who is knocking?
Who is knocking? That who is knocking? Who is giving the voice? That voice is coming. No. So Vageva, that Vak Shakti is there. That Vak is through which we are communicating. This was the next step. Then immediately Janaka asked, okay, if the person is a means a person who cannot able to talk is actually what to say is we say physically means he cannot able to talk. Okay, is it deaf and dumb or like that anything? So how can such a person able to identify? Now this is another crucial question asked by Janaka. Then Yajnavalkya told, I am ready to tell this answer, but before my telling, for all these things, Janaka, you after my answering, you are given thousand cows, but whereas if I answer for this particular question, before answering, can you able to give 1,000 question? If I tell the answer, you cannot able to give. Then immediately Janaka told, what is this? I will give you. Then immediately Yajnavalkya told, through your mind. Through your mind. If somebody, you just imagine sun is not there, moon is not there, or nakshatras or stars are not there, or even the fire was put off, and the person who cannot able to talk, and that time also your brain is active. And then the Janaka asked, how this mind is getting operated, my dear Yajnavalkya? Then Yajnavalkya told, that is the glory of Atma. And this Atma, further he was explained in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, this is natatra panta na ratha yoga na srujate na karta. It goes like that. There is no any creator. There is no anything called, because you are the experiencer. And in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, this particular portion is called as Swayam Jyoti Brahmanam. Brahmana, it can be. Swayam Jyoti Brahmana, because it is your own intrinsic nature, it is your own true self, and it is your real nature. In Malayalam and in Tamil, ningaludiya sonda sottano ide. Idhanam Vishayam. ഈ വിഷയത്തെ കൊണ്ടേ ഈ ഭഗവത്ഗീതയെ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ച് ഇവിടവും കണ്ണൻ പറഞ്ഞ് നൈനം ചിന്തന്തി ശസ്ത്രാണി നൈനം ദഹതി പാവകഃ നചൈനം ക്ലേദയന്ത്യാപോ ന സോചയതി മാരുതഃ. So how it can be anvayam evam shastrani nachindyanti. Even by the weapon it cannot be cut off. Evam enam pavakah. Pavaka means not Tamil pavaka. Pavaka means not Kurla. It is here pavaka means fire. Na dahati enam. It cannot be burnt out. Apaha na kledayanti. Even the water cannot be moistured. It doesn't have the thing to moisture. Na marutagana sochayati. Even by the wind, it cannot be harmed. And the same thing, in one sloka, Lord Krishna, that is why if you understand this particular principle, then you will enjoy this. In this particular sloka, nicely Krishna has explained this. Nainam chindanti shastrani nainam dahati pavakah na chainam kledayantyapo na sochayati marutah. Even by the wind or water or fire, it cannot be done, or the weapon cannot be touched. The same thing in Kenopanishad, in the 3rd chapter, beautifully given in a story format. When a Yaksha came in a ashariri, means without form, only a voices come. So when the Yaksha came in front of Devas were enjoying. Devas are all our Indriyas, and the Indriyas leader is Indraha. So Indra was enjoying with his all the Indriyas, wind, fire, water, are the Devatas. Fire, Agni, Vayu Bhagavan, Varuna Bhagavan, all those people are very enjoying. And they were proclaiming it. It is their own victory. Then God came as in the form of Huma Haimavati. In my Kenopanishad class, I have explained everything with a picture. Here I cannot bring, because there, if you are interested, I will give the link in the YouTube. You can go through that. So when the Ashariri came, first Agni came, it was destroyed, and the target was given as a trinam means a grace, a blade of grass. And fire told, I am Jatavedaha, I can burn the entire world. Then the Yaksha asked, can you able to burn this one blade of grass? But it cannot be burnt. Then fire went away. Then wind came. He told that I am Marutaha. Then I can burn everything, and I can just blow the air, and I can able to destroy everything. I can able to harm any principle. Then the Yaksha told, can you able to move this blade of grass? Then the wind was blowing it full power, but it cannot even a 1 inch moved. Then wind went. Then the Indra, who is the leader of all these Indriyas, he himself came. Then the Yaksha disappeared. Then finally, when Indra with folded hand, he understood that it was none other than the Atma called Uma. Uma means actually it is not only Parvati, of course it is Parvataraja Kumari, that is all. Where in the Shankara Bhashyam it is mentioned Brahmaputri is the Brahma, is the knowledge. When the knowledge was awakened, the Sharanagati of Indra was accepted, and Uma Aimavati, that is Parvati, gave the darshan. And this entire story was beautifully inscripted in a nutshell called in this second chapter, 23rd verse, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavakaha, Nachainam Kledayantyapo, Nasochayati Marutaha. So then, how can it be, Swamiji? Now if you ask, now our Deha is such a thing, then we cannot be able to do anything. Evam Tasmat, Shankara beautifully put in his thing. And that's why Swami Vivekananda also said, all the power is within you. You can do everything, anything and everything. Believe that, and don't believe that you are weak. Because many people in our life, we say, Swamiji, you may say, but we are weak. Yes, weakness belongs to the body. And for weakness, you go to the doctor. But when you want to become a strong person, come to Vedanta. When you read the Vedanta, you will be the lion. When you read your own physics and your means, it doesn't mean that Swamiji, because you said that I will not read other things. You read your physics, you read your psychology, you read your chemistry, all those things, but that is all aparavidya. As the Mundaka Upanishad says beautifully, in this world there are two set of science, and one is paravidya and another one is aparavidya. There the Guru has put a big bombshell, and he said, Tatra parajaiva, means Tatra apara, what are the apara? Rigvedo, Yajurvedo, Samavedo, Siksha, Kalpam, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Sandasham, Jyotisham, everything is in this world, whatever you read, all those subjects are aparavidya, avidya eva. In the Shankara Bhashyam it is mentioned. Then what is the supreme knowledge? The supreme knowledge is not the subject matter, but whereas the subject itself. Because we read the subject. Science we read, Maths we read, English we read, Malayalam we read, Sanskrit we read. But whereas Atma Vidya, it cannot be read out, but whereas it can be experienced, because the very subject is the subject. If you know you are the subject of the subject, then there won't be any subject, because the subject is very simple subject. Swamiji, if you talk normally, we can't able to understand. If you talk like this, then how can we understand? You may say, but this is the subject. Then, sloka 24 to 25 is explaining further how this Atma beautifully can be called as definition or beautiful word, means derivation of Atma. So, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, we have seen it. Then 24th sloka he is giving another one example, beautiful example. Achedyoyam adabhyoyam akleshyo shoshya evacha nitya sarvagatasthanu achaloyam sanatanaha. This word is very, very important. Achedyoyam, 24th sloka. Achedyoyam adhagyoyam akleshyo shoshya evacha nitya sarvagata sthanuhu achaloyam sanatanaha. This sanatana word, yesterday only I was explaining for almost 1 hour what is meant by sanatana with a lot of examples I have given. Those who are interested, they can go through those classes. So here Achedhyayam, Ayam Atma Achedyaha Asti. Chedyam means part, it be cut off, but whereas it cannot be cut off. It is sarvagatatvat, because Atma is everywhere. It is not only with you, with everywhere. So Achedyoyam na chedyanti, it cannot be destroyed or it cannot be cut off. And adhagyoyam, dagati means burning. It cannot be burnt. Why? Because it is nityatvat. How to understand this? Achedhyayam tadanantaram, because it is sarvagataha. This achedhyayam should be connected with sarvagataha. Adagyoyam, ad daghyaha. Daghyaha means burnout. How can it be burned? It cannot be burned because nityatvat. In the Tarka Shastram, we derive this sloka in such a way. Ayam Atma Achedyaha Kim Aham Ayam Sarvagataha. When I am everywhere, how can you make a part? Adhagyoyam, it is Nityatvat. Na Kledayanti. Kledayanti means changeable. Okay. Na Kledayanti, it is unchangeable. Why? It is Sanatanaha. Sanatanatvat iti. Then, na sochayati. Sochayati means wind. It because it is achalatvat. It is not movable. So, in this sloka, in a what to say, in a paramarthika drishti, he is giving the example. This Atma, which is chidyanti, na dagati, na kledayanti, na sochayati. Because it is sarvagataha, nityaha, sanatanaha, achalaha, tada tasmat ayam Atma, sarvagataha, nityaha, sanatanaha, achalaha. That is the subject. Okay. So he is explaining further in the 25th sloka. Not here. In the 25th sloka, he is further explaining Avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam uchyate tasmadenam viditvainam nanu sochitum arghasi. Avyaktoyam. Vyakta means a part. Avyaktaha means it is partless. Okay. Ayam Atma Avyaktaha Achintyaha Avikaryaha Uchyate Tasmatenam Viditvainam Nanu Sochatu Margasi. Therefore, Arjuna, don't get grief. Don't be sorrow. Always you are going to fight with the person who has committed sin, and with the body mind complex, those who are with those people in the society, we are also fighting. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters of this beautiful land, we should not grieve of anything. We should not get stricken by our sorrow, because the sorrow belongs to the body mind, but whereas we are the Satchit Atma, that is the subject. Hope you understood. If this knowledge is not come, then the purpose of this class is waste. So I pray to Sri Ram Krishna, Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi, and Swami Vivekananda to bestow their choicest blessing on all of you, so that you people also can able to understand and experience this higher truth of knowledge in a simplest form, which is very very essential and the everlasting and unchangeable life to our Sanatana Dharma, through which Bhagavad Gita was brought out by Sri Krishna for this purpose, not only through Arjuna, it is for everybody. So I pray to the Almighty to bestow this knowledge to all of us. ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत्